Hi, welcome to my Informs platform tutorial. I'm Amber, the CEO of Email Maven, and today we're going to be talking about lead gen campaigns and exactly how to build it in Informs. So let's get started. A lead gen campaign is intended to help convert your members off of any lead magnet you might have. So some of the easiest examples of this is when a non-member attends a webinar, they sign up for a newsletter, or they download a guide or a white paper. Okay? Assuming especially if you've built those downloads or those subscriptions in an Informs landing page, it makes triggering them into these campaigns really easily. You can also just take names of people who are non-members who have interest or, let's say, attended a webinar, came to a conference, and you could just drop them into this campaign as well. If you need more ideas and to understand more, go to the link below to our member lead gen campaign article. I'm going to talk about some different options here about what you can do, but for this video we're going to build this simple lead gen campaign that can be used universally. Even if you don't have an integration that's live, this is one that you can use quickly to help convert some of those potential members. So what you're going to do first is you're going to come into Higher Logic Informs and you're going to click Campaigns and List. Now you're going to click Create. Informs has a number of starter kits that are helpful for other things, but they do not have one for lead gen. So today we're going to start with a blank campaign. The first thing you're going to want to do is save this campaign so it asks you about your settings. So we're just going to want to say this is a lead gen campaign. You could make these for specific things, so just for webinars or just for publications, etc. So you can name it whatever you need it to. Then you're going to folder it. I'm going to call this a nurture campaign, and I'm going to say again, this is a lead gen campaign. Now, you can add a goal setting here. If you have a live integration, this is nice to have. So if you're able to see an audience where someone has become a member, you would want to say yes here and add that audience here so we can easily see when someone converts. In a lot of cases, I find people don't have the ability to do that, so we're just going to say no for now. And then this next setting is re-entry settings. These are really important because we want to know if subscribers should be able to go through this campaign more than once. I typically recommend no. We don't want you to have to worry about if someone's already gone through this or not. So we're just going to say no. And then once a year, you need to copy this campaign and start it over again. That will refresh the people who've gone through it, and then you don't have to worry about this. Let's get started. Okay. So with a lead gen campaign, like I said, your trigger is that people who've attended a webinar, downloaded something, they're going to come into this campaign. We want to try to convert them to membership. So the first thing you want to do is come over on your left-hand pane and get a bit familiar with your different options here. For this campaign, we're going to use messages, waits, some decides, and stops. There are other options here, and some lead gen campaigns can be so complicated that you are using others, which are great. But for this simple one, we just need to use a few of these. So the first thing we're going to drag in and drop is wait. We're going to wait 1 day. You decide your timing on all of these, what you're comfortable with. But if someone attended a webinar yesterday or the day before, I'm going to put them into this campaign, and I only want to wait 1 day to say, hey, we're glad you came to this webinar. Here's some other reasons why you should join and become a member. So I'm going to wait a day. It's going to be a fixed amount of time. I like to say any day because a number of people like to become members on weekends. And I'm going to keep it within business hours. Now, there's additional settings in here. You can really get complex. So just decide what you want to do and then lock them in. Now you're going to connect your two bubbles together. Once we waited a day, then I'm going to drag in and drop a message. So this is email number 1. I like to name these so it's very clear about what this email is about just from this surface level for future use. So I'm going to say become a member, join. Now what you need to do is you need to copy an email. Okay, so your email should already be existing. Then you're going to come in, find the folder, find your mailing, and then you're going to click copy. It's going to ask you to jump over to the mailing designer, which you're going to say yes to. Then we're going to review our email and say, yep, that's exactly what we need it to do. Then simply click this return to campaign designer to get back. Now that email is in there. So if you click it again, you'll see edit mailing option and remove mailing option. These are things you can utilize in the future, even when your campaign is running. Okay. Now, we're going to wait again. I'm going to wait 3 days. If someone has shown some interest in something, I like to talk to them quick. I'm going to change this to 3 days. Again, any day between 9 to 5. Then you have two options here. If you have a live integration and you can evaluate if the person has become a member, I would recommend doing that here. If you don't, you can skip this step. So you're going to want to grab this decide option. This is where you're going to input an audience to help you decide, did they join? Okay. Did they join? And then you're going to select the audience here. All right. Now, if they joined, we're going to want to stop them. Right? If they're a member now, thank you so much. We don't need to continue talking to you. Stop. If no, then they're going to get our next email. Again, if you don't have a live integration, this isn't possible. Just eliminate this decision step and go right ahead to email number 2. Let's say this is going to be our top 5 reasons to join. Again, we're going to copy this email. And then return. Now, you can continue on this track. You can also do a resend, but depends on if you have a live integration or not. So let's put in a resend option here at the end. And I would say stop there. So, again, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. I'm going to say 3 days again. And because we've been doing maybe weekends on all these, I'm going to make sure it's actually a weekday on this. And then I'm going to do a different type of decision step. I'm going to grab this decide, pull it over. Now you can see you just kind of have to pull it over and it'll disappear and it'll make it so you can scroll more to the left or to the right. This decision step is going to change. Now, do you see this drop down? It says in a group. That's the one you're going to use the most. But if you click on it, you can see if someone opened in a step before you've made it in a step before or clicked. In this case, I want to know if they've opened number 2. Okay? And I'm going to rename this so I know that's what it's looking at. Opened. If no, I'm going to resend them that email. Maybe they didn't like it on a weekday. Rem to be resend. Okay. Copy that email. Attach it. then I'm going to resend them that. And if they did open it, I'm going to let them stop. Alright, then after the resend, we're also going to have them stop. So drag and drop your stop step, pull it over. Oop. There we go. Okay. So this is one way to do this. There's many ways you can make a lead gen campaign, but this is where I would start. Now, the next important step in any Informs campaign is you're going to have a little error tab here on the bottom. This is going to show you anything that's wrong that's making it so they won't let you start. So in this one, it says that the top 5 reasons isn't attached. So I need to go in and reattach that. Okay, so I'm in that mailing. I'm attaching it again. Now that error tab has gone away. It's going to tell you anything. If you've forgotten audience in a decision step or an email or weight information, or you forgot to connect a dot, it is helpful. It will tell you what's wrong so you know where to go and how to fix it. Alright, so let's say this flow is good. You can come through on, let me just save this campaign. So on the mailings tab, you're able to easily see what emails you did, so you can double check that. There is a test tab where you can add in some of your colleagues to run through the campaign. I find this to be works or doesn't sometimes. Instead, I just make a quick Loom video verbally saying what the person's going to do through the track, and then showing the emails that are attached, and then sending that to my colleagues for approval. That typically works. Then you're going to click the Activate tab. Now, in this case, what you're probably going to want to do is add subscribers at once and over time. So you're going to need an audience that already has the prospective members in it loaded into an interest group. You're going to want it to be an interest group so you can continue to add to that group along the way. So you're going to go in, find your audience, and then it's going to add subscribers at once and over time, meaning anyone that's already in there, it's going to drop in automatically. And then as more people get uploaded into it, they will get it over time. You can also just say it once. So if you just have one list and you're like, I'm just going to use this one, you could do that. Hopefully you've created a campaign though that can be used a lot. Now, this is the most important step. When are you going to start your campaign? Let's just say today. But you see it automatically fills in that stop date. Make sure you move this out if you're going to keep utilizing this campaign. For something like this, you could move it out years. Just click through and at least give yourself over a year before you need to think about turning it off. That just ensures that it doesn't turn off overnight and you don't notice. So push out that stop date. Here you can put in any exclusion groups. So if you want to exclude current members, current board members, current leaders, anything like that, that if just to double check that your audiences are always right, you can go ahead and click in here, find your audiences and add them, and then they'll be excluded. Then you'll be able to say activate and you'll be good to go. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please like and subscribe and keep an eye out for the rest of our Informs tutorial videos.